What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to JK's Just a Podcast, your hump day helper. Grab your headphones, because this is definitely not safe for work. I'm comfortable. I'm here. I'm checked in. I have my speed goggles on.
Goggles you wear when you take speed.
I've never done speed.
Fuck speed.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I sound like a fucking loser.
Don't know.
I have no clue. Is it like cocaine? Is it as
speed is
it as good as cocaine?
Nah, man. It as far as a legal substance, it's not. It's just the feeling you get when you watch Keanu Reeves in Speed.
I used to fucking love that movie, actually. Like, on a serious note, I really fucked that movie.
You
but it gave me childhood stress.
In each hole of the VHS, I fucked it.
Right in the VHS hole.
I've seen it once recently. I think it was probably the second time I've seen it.
Okay. This in life.
Yeah.
The way I reacted was really anticlimactic for what you just said.
My parents were like, we're going to watch this on your birthday because this is what we were watching when you started to come out of your mother. And I was like, all right.
If I go slower than 60 miles an hour, we're all going to blow you or what?
Yeah, if you slow down, this child's going to come screaming out.
Oh, man, just shooting out, hitting the wall across the room.
You think any logical person would just be like, all right, I'll just hit the brakes.
Just
splat against the windshield.
Kegel him right back in.
Oh, that him is me.
Yeah, yeah, it is. You little.
I mean, at that moment, I would have
baby.
been just baby. They didn't have a name. Just
kid, just child. Do you think you'll have a name for your kid before you?
Yeah, I already do.
Do you?
I already talked about this.
Artemis.
No, it was Murray.
Oh right.
But yeah, I like Barry too. I like Barry.
Barry.
Yeah, Barry's a fun name.
Barry. I gotta take these off.
You get Barry.
Barry.
Cab driver in Mallorca who won $10,000 on a scratchy.
That's what that name means. That's exactly what you're gonna get with that name. That's the lifestyle that comes with that name.
I was actually thinking about this before you got here. I was like, what is the most, like, is it weird? Is it wrong to say that, like, sometimes, like, black people can be really creative with their names and they can keep it interesting by naming their children
just adding syllables?
Well, just DeBrickashaw.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, that's usually the go-to when someone's explaining kind of like an African.
That he is the first one, DeBrickashaw Ferguson. But you think, like, if white people did that on their spectrum, would they just be hybrids of, like, super white names?
Harry ethylene. Sounds like some sort of chemical.
Yeah, man. You read in the back of a Gatorade bottle.
500 milligrams of Harry ethylene. You're like, oh, wow. Fuck. Yeah, what? I'm trying to think of... See, now I'm racking my brain.
Fraxtalin. You're like, what the fuck
Jesus.
is it? Yeah, are you a chemist? You're like, it's Francis, Axel, Thomas Lynn Ann, Fraxtalin Ann. You're like...
Is there a hyphen in there? Nope. Just every vowel.
Okay.
Several times over. See, now in my head, I'm creating a scenario where it's like one ultra hybrid of every can I speak to the manager, like, mom name, all put into one, and she's like the final boss level.
What would that name be? It'd be a hybrid of Karen and give me some other ones.
Karen, like Julie?
Think so?
Maybe a Julie.
What about Lynn's? Are Lynn's that kind of person?
A Lynn? Yeah, we can do it.
I'm going to put Lynn on this Can I Speak to the Manager list.
Okay. I'm stumped, actually. I don't know.
It's usually Karen.
Karen's the main one. I should just Karen by herself as the boss.
It's true. Karen is the boss, but
she's
like
the boss.
She also has a sidekick, Jody.
Really?
Yeah, Jody is her sidekick.
Interesting. Yeah. Sorry to any Jodies we know, but that's what you're in for in the future.
Yo, weird comment, but like I would totally fucking name a guy Courtney.
Yeah?
Yeah, like have a child named Courtney. I think that's a cool name for a guy. Because I named one of my NBA 2K players years ago Courtney, and he was splashing threes.
He was a shooter. It just came with the name.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think if you give a guy a name like that, he's kind of got to make up for it. So you know he's going to succeed. He's going to succeed. Name. Courtney? Yeah. I mean, that's a cool name, but you got to be a certain type of guy. You got to. I think in later life, you got to be a definitely like. You think that changes someone's confidence later in life?
I don't know. It definitely. I feel like I have a unique name for our age group.
You weren't just born 47?
I don't know, man. Like, the only other Keith in town was like, there's one other kid. He went to a private school.
He didn't go to our school. I get it. Okay.
Right. But it was just me, and then some people's dads.
Yeah. It's just everyone's dads were Keith's.
Yeah.
And then you, the one exception. Did you ever like resent your parents for that? Fucking.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah.
Nah.
I kind of like.
I resent mine all the time.
Why?
I just think Jake is so basic. There's nothing to it.
I agree.
Thanks. I fall right into the cookie cutter show.
Hey, nothing wrong. You could change.
Well, I
your
can't
name.
shorten it. Well, I can shorten it to J, but
Literally on your birth certificate, it's Jake.
yes. Yeah, not Jacob.
I mean,
I used to get Jacob a lot.
My name's one syllable
It's
too,
not.
but then again,
To me, there was always, this is how much I overthought the whole scenario. It was like, there's a science to naming, and it's like, if you have a first syllable or a one syllable first name, it can't have a one syllable last name.
no.
It's got to be like one syllable first, multiple syllable last, or vice versa.
Okay, I get it. So you can be Elton John, but you can't be.
You can be John Elton,
Yeah.
but you can't be. Fuck.
Can't be like that old. He's an old actor from like the 20s. He was like a cowboy. Tom Mix. Tomix, if you say it really fast.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Names like that are even harder when it ends and begins in the same letter. That one's tough.
I don't know, man. The first time I heard someone's like, "Oh, you like the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger," and I was like, "Yeah, but what's his first name?" Does he just go by it? Like, is he like
It's
Prince?
just Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
That's what I thought it was.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
That's very close to sounding like a slur.
All right, thank you. Welcome to episode
We haven't even introed this shit.
15. Is this 15? Oh, this is our quinceañera.
Oh,
You didn't wear-
we're so ill prepared.
You didn't wear your dress.
Damn.
We didn't cater it.
No, we didn't do anything. This is sloppy.
Whatever.
We're tired. It's midnight on a Sunday.
Monday now.
It's now Monday.
Welcome
Recording
to
on a Monday. Happy fucking Monday. Welcome back to the world's #1 ranked podcast. Feel free to never look that up. Please don't actually look that up. Just take our word for it. It's definitely the #1 ranked podcast in the world. Feel free to give us a rating because it helps keep us #1 out of all the podcasts out there. The one thing I did, so I'm not going to touch on, I'm just going to fucking, actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell that story because that's just bit biting from somebody else. But no, it's funny. I'll show you after because then it's not going to just jack somebody's bit. What the fuck did I want to get into? I totally had something. Oh my God.
Talk about our favorite song today.
Oh yeah. We'll bring that. Yeah.
We should get right into it because I feel like we have differing opinion.
Do we?
Yeah, man. I don't think it's a country song.
Okay. So if you've lived under a rock for the past 4 days, actually, well, because you know what?
Let's say 48
So,
hours.
The song Old Town Road,
Mm.
it's released in 2018.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's what it says on iTunes. It was a 2018 song. I have no idea how it took off. I don't know. But anyways, we're talking about the remix now. So at this point, the remix came out 3 days ago, featuring the guy, the man, the myth, the former legend, Billy Ray Cyrus.
What was his character's name in Hannah Montana?
Did he not just play like himself? No, he didn't.
Billy Ray Montana.
That's actually a really good question.
Robbie Stewart.
Robbie. Oh, right, because she was Miley Stewart.
No, her name was Hannah Montana.
Who was Miley Stewart?
Apparently Nick Jonas was on that show.
I think he probably made an appearance, yeah.
They had a character named Rico Suave.
Yeah, Rico, a little Spanish kid.
Yeah,
Moises Arias is his real name.
Yeah, but like Rico Suave.
He looks like a 45-year-old, 20-year-old.
He looks
It's
like
weird.
a wet rat.
Yeah. Sorry, Rico.
But like Rico Suave, that character was also a pop star. Yeah,
Was he?
80s, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I knew that part. But I knew, yeah.
Rico Suave. Rich, soft. That's what that means.
Rich and soft.
Rich, soft.
Rich, soft, nice. Comma, soft, comma, rich. It's my new opening line. Soft, comma, rich.
Okay. Here's the thing. Back on names, real quick. Would you change your name? Would you trade names with Billy Ray Cyrus, or not?
No, because I don't like the name Billy. Even referencing him just as Billy to me is kind of weird. It doesn't feel nice.
You don't like Billy?
No. I'm sure he's a great guy, but the name Billy to me does not roll nicely off the tongue. It's also weird calling an old man Billy.
I think I know more female Billies than male Billies.
Would you just refer to him
now.
as Billy Ray?
Yeah.
Or do you have to constantly refer to him as all three?
Billy Ray.
Just every time you introduce him to somebody or talk about him, reference him in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, it's always Billy Ray Cyrus. BRC.
BRC.
BRC. That has a better ring to it than Billy. BRC.
I wonder if the girl from Stranger Things is getting the same treatment. If she can be
11?
Millie.
Oh.
Millie Bobby or Millie Bob Thornton, whatever her last name is. It's not Thornton. It's Millie
Bobby
Brown.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown.
MBB. Millie Bobby Brown.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Millie Bobby Thornton. Oh fuck. But anyways, that was a tangent and a half. No, I dig the song. I quite like it, but you don't think it's a country song.
Not really.
I think, and I said this actually confused me when I said it earlier myself. The fact that it was like, because you kind of compared it to like what Florida Georgia Line was kind of in their prime when they came out with that.
I think I said that
crossover
before
you had
I
listened
heard
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, is it like the same lane as Nelly?
No, the beat is very rap. It's a rap
for sure.
beat.
That's why we should play.
It's just like country strings and heavy 808s.
Should we play a sample?
No. People have probably. If you haven't heard it, fucking go listen to it. We're gonna get fucking copyrighted again, man.
We're gonna get in trouble for that?
Yeah. Damn. I got copyright strike like before I even uploaded that shit. Remember?
Oh, the Bruce.
Yeah. It was still on private, and I got a copyright thing. So they're sensitive, man. But no, I agree with that. It's very rappy with some low country strings in it. It's kind of cool though. It's a cool, unique sound. But he released a little snippet of a song he's working on, and it's not a country song. So he's clearly not following that lane.
Okay.
Which is refreshing because usually people see one thing take off and they just kind of glue to it.
This Old Town Road is gonna be big. It's gonna be like.
It's definitely like song of the summer.
It's gonna be like. What's that Sheck West song that was big?
Oh, Mo Bamba?
Mo Bamba for a little bit.
This is my story. So I showed my mom Old Town Road, and I tried to play it on our Google Home. Didn't work because we don't have fucking Spotify Premium. But it's like, so I was like, hey, Google, play Old Town Road. I was like, can't play like artists or whatever the fuck. But here's our Spotify curated Old Town Road playlist. And I'm like, it's going to have some country jams, but I don't want to listen to that shit anyways. And next thing you know, I hear like the Mo Bamba beat. I'm like, what is this? And I just kind of, just for shits, I look at my mom and I'm like, I'm going to let this play for a second.
I think you just settled my argument that it's not a country song.
Clearly. Even like the title is like, okay. But
it's a very country title.
It's a very country title, but I love the picture that they use too. It's just two like stock photos of some computer generated horses. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of cool. But okay, here's another
original
thing. So Old Town Road with Lil Nas X or 10, whatever he goes by. And Billy Ray Cyrus. And then there's another song that came out. This had to be like going on 20 years ago. Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson. They made a song together.
Really? Yeah. See, this I didn't know.
No, it is complete garbage. I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's just a mix that didn't go together.
I mean, no, but I'm sure it was a hit because both those guys have huge followings. But it was hot trash. And
hot trash.
I don't know. Listen to it. Maybe don't put the sounds in it, but like, you can't genre that song. You can't put that in any. You can't file that anywhere.
No, you can't put that. That one's tough.
That one's really tough.
Funny thing to think about though, just those two in the studio.
Can you do a good Snoop Dogg?
Me?
Bow wow wow.
Hell.
And
no.
then like Willie like. Bow wow wow.
I'm not even going to attempt it because I'll just butcher and embarrass myself.
On the road again with Snoop Dogg smoking.
Snoop D-O double G.
I like my favorite song by him.
Getting him to say Snoop Dio double jizzle would just be the funniest fucking
Dio
thing to me.
double jizzle. By my side. I'm sailing.
I gotta listen to this shit now. I gotta listen to this.
You want to take an intermission and listen to it?
No, I'll listen to it afterwards.
I think it's called
That's how I
Buy
go.
My Medicine.
Okay.
So it's a weed song.
Of course it is. That makes sense. Fucking. Anyway, so I was looking through Instagram and I saw this thing. So they're 3D printing prosthetic legs now with, what is this? 3D printed titanium. So like it's just literally just like a shell of a human leg. And I saw this. The guy's response was like, if they put Wi-Fi and Bluetooth speakers in there, I'll fucking chop my shit off right now and get one. But I'm just thinking like, if I had a leg made of titanium, I would be like, I have a short fuse to just punt the fuck out of somebody.
Man,
or just like anything.
Wouldn't you make like a compilation, like a video, send it to the NFL of you just kicking mad field goals?
That's a great, I didn't even take it that way.
Yeah, I would take it that way.
100%. I would do that. You have a career in the bag. Mm-hmm. With a bionic super leg.
There was a guy in professional soccer, some league, that said, he was like, yeah, when I'm done making millions of pounds, I'm going to play in the NFL as a kicker. I was like, fuck it, why not? I'm sure tons of people would love that.
Yeah.
Fucking Harry Kane
good money, man.
came down, fucking play for the fucking Chargers.
Yeah.
Banging them home from 54 yards.
If you can do it, if it like, I don't know, if you have the stamina to keep doing it after a long career playing soccer, then more power to you, dude. Because I mean, like, it's a safe career.
Yeah.
It's a safe career to make six figures.
Straight up.
100%. But piggybacking off of this, so I heard this thing the other day, and somebody had brought up, like taking karate. Do you ever take karate or taekwondo as a kid?
I never did martial arts other than like a little stint, like a year of boxing with a dude, and then like a little more boxing with a friend.
Yeah. Because I did a short stint of like the classic taekwondo classes at like some elementary school as a kid. It didn't last long. I fucking hated it. But then I started thinking, I'm like, did you ever think how quickly they were to hand out black belts for that shit? Like, think about it.
Yeah, I know a few black belts.
Like 10-year-old kids running around with black belts. I could bet money that I could kick the shit out of one of those 10-year-old kids.
You're obviously not in their weight class, man. It's not
but like you'd think, okay, you associate a black belt with like, all right, this kid can murder anybody where they stand. It's a 10-year-old that can break a board.
That is what you associate it with, but like think of it this way: if you're a flyweight person or a lightweight person,
I would use my new bionic leg to punt the fuck out of one of those little black belted
like
kids.
we are at the weight where we'd be susceptible. We could get our ass kicked by a guy who's like $140. We could if he was a good fighter. But if you're a big dude, if you're like, give yourself 3 more inches and 50 more pounds and spread the weight to a better spot, like have it. There's no way a guy who's like $140 is taking you down.
Simply just based on that, like I don't think he could take you
so
down.
Yes, you could shit kick a 10-year-old black belt is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think they're handing out so much false confidence to these children, these like highly moldable children, thinking like they're probably what, 11 maybe.
Are you sure you saw 10-year-old black belts? I feel like that's something you get when you're in your teens.
I don't know. I didn't see people like in high school taking taekwondo. It's something they were either finished with.
They're just very proud.
I think at that point in life, it went from like taekwondo and karate to like it was MMA at that point. It's mixed martial arts.
That's just what they'd tell you.
They're just going to some taekwondo.
That's straight up. They're still going to see Mr. Miyagi.
They're wearing the fucking like, what's it called?
Kimono.
Is it kimono?
I guess so. It's a house coat, isn't it?
No, that's not that shit. The whole white pant and thing. Is that like a geisha? No, it's not geisha. I don't fucking know.
That's a prostitute, dude. I should know this because
How do you know her?
My cousin's wife, and I don't know. They might still watch this. She is like mega karate murderer. Not a murderer, but she's
all right.
She kills it.
She doesn't murder.
Shouts out.
But no, I just think, I don't know. These kids, they're growing up and they come into like high school and they're like, fuck yeah, I got a black belt. I'll take on anybody. and they will
Fucking
get
big
they
king
will get
dangling in the hallways.
stomped, absolutely folded by any.
First day of grade 8, like he's like, yeah, no one can fuck with me. And then some grade 12 comes up and just dunks him. Dunked.
Just get like, boom. Whoa, did we fuck it up? I think we done. I think that
yeah, see that spike?
I'm gonna cut that out. I gotta do something with that. I'm gonna have to completely delete that.
Yeah.
But just get absolutely just boom. Oh yeah, fuck. I think my headphones blew.
Did you?
I don't know, maybe.
Do it again?
What?
No, that was just...
That blows mine.
Should we just turn us down a bit?
Maybe. Fuck. So the UK is putting a age. Well, there's already a fucking age gate on porn, obviously, but they're like cracking down on it. So their whole thing, a couple years ago, they started putting like legal bans on sex toys, and they cracked down on it. Like it was basically anything I think that could technically be used as like a weapon, you couldn't use as a sex toy. Like it was illegal at that point. But that left that was so open ended.
Yeah.
Because you can use a lot as a sex toy,
like
/ weapon.
Well, dude, like think of like
there's a whole section of porn
like
videos
a
dedicated to shoving baseball bats where they don't belong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's not good. But moving on. So I think piggyback it. I don't know where to go from there.
Anchorman. Gene Tennis at the plate. Whammy. Put some stank on it.
Good Lord.
Gross. No. Baseball's my favorite sport.
But no, so they did all this, and then now I read that they're putting this age gate on porn, but like to the point of Jesus Christ. They're charging like money to basically, you have to prove you're of age and then essentially pay money to buy a license to view porn. And they're charging, it's like $4.99.
Pardon me.
Pounds.
Rewind. Where is this?
In the UK. Yeah. I'd hate to be there, right? I mean, like, it matters to me. I'm over it. But no, still, like, adults have to pay $4.99 to have this, like, license to view porn. It's like for so if I wanted to use my phone, $4.99 to get on my phone, or $8.99 for multiple devices, and I'm like, yo.
007 had a license to kill, and 0069 had a license to wank.
A license to watch disgusting shit. Just rancid. If I'm paying for the shit, I'm getting my money's worth here. Mm-hmm. I'm viewing all the stuff that I was scared to view before.
Scared.
There's a couple sections in there that I wouldn't tread to.
There's some that just really have you scratching your head.
Yeah, even some of the top 10s we went over a couple weeks ago. those are pretty tame.
Yeah.
Is the new Infinity War out? Or when does that come out?
Nah.
I'm not a huge like Avengers guy.
I think you'd fuck with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker more.
Yeah.
I'm
just interested in, because apparently, so all these memes of fucking Ant-Man and Thanos' ass. There was so many that now, and I'm not gonna tread on this too much because it's already been harped on so much, but it was addressed so much in like the meme world that the director got involved and was like, he made a statement saying like, okay, that's not how he dies. Ant-Man's not gonna fly into Thanos' ass and just expand. But then the internet's such a great place, because then the internet started looking at it from the other angle.
Well, they're like, well, why not?
Well, no, they're like, okay, well, what if Ant-Man, because Ant-Man has the ability to go any size, right? It's not just like human size to little.
Yeah, I guess so.
But they're like, okay, how about this? He goes super big, sits on Thanos, so Thanos goes in his ass and then shrinks down. And basically sacrifices himself to kill Thanos, because it would kill them both. But I just thought, like, fucking A, man, the internet world is incredible.
Amazing.
But I would pay a good amount of money. I would pay VIP theater seats to go watch Ant-Man fly into Thanos' ass.
Like there's like an asterisk next to the one you're seeing because that's actually the ending.
Yeah.
Like that's the director's cut.
Yeah, it's multiple endings. 100%.
Or if they had like
If that director had any sense, he would do that. He would make a second ending just for shit.
or he'd do it like that Netflix series or show where you could vote on what happens.
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
Is that what? Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, all right, what happens next?
That's what that is. I never got into that.
Because that goes in Thanos' ass.
That's definitely got to be an option. Like, yeah. The standard death, Ant-Man flies into Thanos' ass. Ant-Man grows big enough, sits on Thanos. Thanos goes in Ant-Man's ass. And they basically combust.
Like options B through D.
Are just all ridiculous. Just absurd.
And then there's
we need
like
a third one.
There's like option A where like, you know, the true hero, I think his name's Adam Warlock or whatever, who they're going to introduce. He's going to like murder him somehow. But we'd rather Ant-Man.
Yeah. I prefer the Ant-Man ending, so director, make that happen. Clearly a lot of people want to see the shit.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
If you want your series, your franchise to stay alive, you know what the people want.
Someone's like fucking flying in there on like the magic school bus with Miss Frizzle. And they made a picture of him literally sitting in the school bus. I was like, oh no. Don't ruin one of my childhood cartoons with that shit.
Like Reddit and 4chan went too far.
Oh yeah, that was a good feature with Reddit and 4chan there.
I mean, no expense, man. Ant-Man is nobody's favorite.
No. Definitely not. That was such a an afterthought of like a new superhero.
Well, dude, they're just selling toys.
Yeah.
They have so many people they can make.
What a cheap way to make a toy. Like, just make the smallest toy possible. Just this big.
Ant-Man figurine.
Yeah, actual size. He's just that right there. Anyway, so no, because I got thinking after last week when Rebecca was here, and I just kept thinking of more topics that it would work to ask both of you, but I don't know when she's going to be back. Hint, hint, because she's probably going to be back.
I'd have her back.
I think once a month. She's probably gonna watch this and find out before you even tell her. I think once a month would work. Having her on as a guest once a month. Once a month. I think that'll be fine. Get the female perspective in here at least once a month. Because otherwise it's just testosterone-filled bullshit that people get sick of.
Too like bro.
Yeah, too bro-y. But anyways, so what I was thinking, I was just like thinking of shit to ask, and I was like, I guess I can get your side of things outside before she comes back. And then, because somebody brought this up on something else that I saw, and as kind of like a sub point, like a sub point. It was like their third thing, and I was like, okay, that's a good question. And it was like, and then I started thinking about it myself too, because I think about like my past relationship, and my past relationship. And I'm like thinking about how I would act. And I was like, okay. And they're like, how much flirting? Like, how far would you let like if you're at like some social gathering, how far would you let someone go like flirting with your girlfriend before you're like, okay, I should probably step in and like make my presence known here? Like, at what point you're like, all right.
Depends, man. How much money can she milk this person for? Like, if she can get, she's like, yeah, can me and my friends have some drinks? And she just like hands me one. I'm like, keep it up. I'm not gonna interfere, man. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's
not gonna spoil your party.
A lot healthier to have like a level of trust where it's like, if you can like milk whoever this fucking idiot is.
I've seen a post about that. This fella was talking about how he was visiting his girlfriend. He was at his girlfriend's work, which is a restaurant, let's say like Cactus Club. Mm-hmm. And the servers there are a certain way, and you know, a lot of gentlemen like to eat there and stuff. And imagine like you're just after work, you're on your phone, you're at the bar, and her boobs are out to some other guy's face, and he's throwing money at her, and he's like, right on. Just getting a way better Christmas every dollar you put down there, buddy.
You're rocking all the jewelry she's ever bought you, and you're just like, keep throwing them on there. Keep racking that tip up. But no, like, let's say outside of the service industry, because obviously that's very
So you say we're at the club.
Let's just say we're at a house party.
Okay.
Let's say that. We're at a house party, and like some guys chatting and whatever. And you can tell you can kind of tell because a guy gets that look when he starts getting
Where they start wheeling.
flirty. Yeah.
Their eyebrows start doing
And you're
shit.
like, at what point are you kind of like, and I've always hated this, like being the guy. I've never wanted to be the guy to like walk in and like throw his arm around her, like, how's it going, bro? What's up, dude? Like,
I wouldn't do that.
I've never done that. I will never do that. Oh man, that always just made me feel so weird. And I'm like, because I always had the confidence that like, she's mine already. So it's like, you can talk to whoever.
Women aren't, your possessions, man. It's a partnership.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
It definitely is. But like, obviously you have that thought. You're like, it's okay. I don't have to worry. It's fine.
Yeah, I've never had to worry. Whatever happens.
But like, would you ever like put yourself a little bit closer in proximity? Like you'd be around there, or would you just be like, fuck it, you do your own thing, man?
When I was a teenager still, one of my first girlfriends, we were out in public somewhere. We were doing something, and it was in a setting where a person could flirt with her, and this dude was wheeling, and she was such a savage. He couldn't even get the first line out until she literally keeled over, like she's like hands on her hips, like she's laughing, she's pointing at me, she's like this guy, and I was like, oh, that's rough. I was like, if I were to come in there, it'd be like save him humiliation, because she just ruined him.
You don't want to step in because that'll embarrass him more,
right? I was like, oh
no. What did you do to this guy?
Poor guy.
Absolutely, just completely demolished this fool. Oh man, that's rough. I'm trying to think of an example of like when an instance, like, I don't know. Well, because my ex obviously had like a lot of people knew who she was, and she's like she was in the athlete realm, to put it that way. So like when we went out, like people knew who she was from like managers of places.
Does she listen to this?
No. I could watch. This will be the one fucking episode she listens to. But no, she doesn't fucking listen to this shit. Whatever. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying bad things about her. She was fucking way out of my league.
So I feel like the tangent you were on about her is like, she comes off like Ron Burgundy, like, people know me.
She was never like that. But it was
like
me
that.
being the boyfriend, having to constantly be the guy next to her as she's saying hi to all these people she knows. It was that, and it was a lot of people. Like constantly. And it was just something like, I was like, okay, like I just kind of grew to kind of be fine with it. Because I don't know. I never stepped in and
healthy.
I would never, like, I always found that weird when like a guy would be insecure enough.
Be like,
where like she's clearly in the middle of a conversation with this guy. And just to be like, interrupting, be like, hey, what's up, man? My name's Jay. And just totally fuck the vibe up hard.
Hey, that's supernatural of you to do that.
That's fantastic.
Great.
I'm in the middle of a conversation here. Great. And then they'll just hit you with like, sorry, who are you again? And like, oh, her boyfriend. I'm like, cool. Congrats, brother. Okay.
I got another movie plot thing for you.
Fuck.
At the end of
it's
it.
It's going to ruin me.
It's fun.
Have you ever, you've bailed on a date, right? Have you? Have you? And if not, do you think you would have it in you to like completely bail on a date? Like savagely bail, not like, oh, I have to work. You're like, I just don't want to go. I don't see this going anywhere.
No, that's not me.
That's not your.
I definitely have an excuse, and I just like excuse until they lose interest.
That sounds about right.
And that sounds about me.
You're an excuses guy, or you're a ghosty guy. You'll just like stop answering. No. You always stop answering. You just don't answer when you don't want to do something.
Yeah, I just don't answer you guys.
The king of just ignoring questions that you don't want to answer.
The Snapchat guy pops up. He doesn't say anything.
I see you fucking read the shit,
and he's like, "No, bye."
Yeah, I'm out of there." Or just like I'll reopen it. I'll see open by everyone. I'm like, this fucking son of a bitch, man. And then I'll text you and I'll get no answer. You're like, sorry, bro, I took a wicked nap. I'm like, really? 30 seconds after I sent that fucking message? Convenient.
Yeah, man. Time for
the most like non-confrontational guy I've ever met in my life.
No, I mean,
you'd rather just like ghost and ignore than like solve an issue.
Yep. It'll deal with itself.
It'll just fizzle. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I think that's for my social life. When it comes to like work and serious shit,
You kind of have to. You gotta kind of bite that bullet and nip it in the bud.
What's next? What you got?
Have you ever done anything? Because I was thinking about this too. Because I have. Have you ever done anything strictly to get sex out of it?
I mean, we're men, so
That's kind of the whole motive.
kind of the whole thing that men do.
All right, let's dig down here. Because obviously, yeah, that's very broad. I mean, sure. But like one specific act. Because I remember, for me, here's my example. I remember this girl that I used to have a thing with. I faked. She was unfortunately kind of a pothead, and she was like borderline blackmailed me with her vagina, which is rude. That's a weird power that you girls have.
How is that blackmail?
But I don't know. It's probably the wrong word.
Pink mail.
That works better. But she's like, no, I'll like, if you get high with me, we'll have sex after. And I'm like, oh fuck. She drives a hard bargain.
See, men, we just do everything we do.
But no, me being the huge fucking genius that I am, I faked the whole thing and I managed to get away with this because apparently I'm an A1 actor. So I faked the entire thing. Clearly she was so ripped, couldn't even figure out that I wasn't high at all. Me being the like never smoked, so I was like, she goes, wow, it's not hitting you at all. Like, you're totally fine. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm a pro burner. I don't know. It doesn't hit me that hard. This shit's weak, dude. Where did you get it? Like, I don't know. And like, fast forward 20 minutes of me just getting super ripped off my tree. And her, like, yeah. And then next thing you know, yeah, we're good.
So that's the craziest thing you ever did is pretend to smoke
I would say,
weed.
Yeah. The wackiest thing for sure, obviously, I pretended to be interested in stuff. For sure. Of course.
Yeah, man, I
pretended to be interested in a girl to have sex with that girl.
This isn't like, we're not interesting enough for this. I feel like there's other people out there who have
done some weird shit.
If I can, nope. I want to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about it on here. I know a person that I was pursuing a person in the bar many years ago. And when you go to the bar, you have a wingman.
Mm-hmm.
The wingman purpose is to take the friend, distract the friend, talk to the friend. Right? Because you want to include everybody. So I talk to the target. He talks to the friend.
So the standard rule for approaching a group, though, is like you always talk to the friend first, right? Seems to be like a standard rule. You talk to the friend so they don't feel initially left out. And then you go to the one you were kind of originally... You
can instigate all parties involved. Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, both. What if it's like 7 of them? Then you're kind of in a pickle. If it's more than 3, you got to kind of... There's a science there, but I'm not going to get into it because that's shaming.
Are you one of these pickup artists?
No, fuck.
Slimy bastard. Anyways, this is back when the bourbon was a cool bar. Talking to the person of interest. He's talking to the friend. I got the person's information. We went on one terrible date. This guy is still talking to the friend. I think he's still dating him. I was like, hey, man. Any point you want to, you can get out of that conversation.
Guy's still in character like 7 years later.
I just razz him about it, but like, no. I think they've actually found quite a good match. And I just give him like...
The fact, like, dude, that's a wingman.
Like, that's how you met? That's fun. It was fun. It was so cute. Funny. It's like actually one of the more cute meet cutes.
Yeah, I started off as a wingman to distract you, and it just kind of turned into something.
Yeah.
Now we're married.
They actually, like, he put in like a bunch of effort, so much that it was genuine, and now they have like a great relationship.
What a
and it's like fun that we can mock it because like I don't know,
that story at the wedding is gonna be so.
It's
funny.
Cute. It's really cute.
Yeah, that's gonna be really funny.
Should we wrap this motherfucker up?
Yeah, we should do that.
Can I do my movie plot? You can snip it. You can cut it out. But I just.
All right, go ahead and shoot. See if I can. See if I'm not gonna get.
Or as a '90s movie.
Oh, fuck you.
You like '90s movies?
No, I don't.
This is literally a movie every fucking kid has seen.
All right.
There's your first hint. So our protagonist is a guy. He's really incredibly famous. He's like the best at what he did, right? And he's already at the peak of his kind of thing. And basically like this business person, this kind of representative from a very like another really hugely renowned company, like comes forward and like, listen, man, we're kind of in a bad spot. We're about to be bought by like offshore investors, and like they're gonna like fuck our whole shit up. Like they're gonna change the script, all that shit, and it's not gonna be good. So they go to this guy who has no real expertise in their field. However, they're gonna kind of come together and have a little synergy and take his skills and put it towards what they're gonna do in order to kind of not lose their business to the offshore investor.
What the fuck?
It's a kid's movie. So
the way you describe it, like, completely not a kid's movie.
Anywho, it just for dramatic effect, the offshore investors go into our protagonist's like circle, and they start like using his kind of like colleagues as resources, and they milk these motherfucking resources like crazy, and makes their party like so much like more viable for this new business they're about to absorb. And like shit hits fan. So now it's just him kind of against his old homies. What the fuck? And they gotta come together, and basically they have a match, and the movie's called Space Jam.
Oh wow. Man, what? Are you for real?
Yeah.
No.
You've seen Space Jam?
Yeah. You're. I. I just.
You're flabbergasted. I get it.
What the fuck? Because like, you're watching Space Jam as like you're maybe 8 or 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck getting an 8 or 9 year old to like in depth understand the plot of Space Jam
rather than just Looney Tunes doing dunks.
Yeah, what?
And confusing kids over Lola Bunny.
Yeah, the hottest bunny of all time,
dude.
But like, there's no way. On that note, we're gonna wrap up this week's episode, guys. Thank you so much. Make like Ant-Man in Thanos' asshole and grow. We'll see you next week.
grow as people.
Just grow in what you do, grow in who you are as a person, grow your mind, your body, your soul, and your dick.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of JK's Just a Podcast. We sure hope you enjoyed it. If you like what we do and support the podcast, please donate to the Patreon for exclusive bonus content at patreon.com/justapodcast, or hit the link in the description of this video. You can also listen to the episodes on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. And don't forget to leave that 5-star review. It is greatly appreciated and helps us out a ton. Follow us on Twitter at JK_justapodcast and Instagram at JK is just a podcast. Until next week, take care, everybody. Peace out.